Here is a cleric from northern Nigeria telling his listeners not to participate in Igbo protests because the protest you are hearing about is being organized by Igbos. And it is not true. There are many of them who said things, oh, we got this one on camera.
Hey, Bakano ina kai ina zanga zanga. Ka taimaki Inyamuri zanga zanga. Zan fulato ina kai ina taya Inyamuri zanga zanga.
My people, wonder they say shall never end. Like, this is too much. This is the height of it, honestly. But am I supposed to be surprised? Like, in real sense, I'm not supposed to be surprised because we have seen what Igbos have been going through in this country called Nigeria. But my people, to be honest, this particular one shocked me. That Igbos are being blamed already when the protests haven't even started yet. What a country. What a country. Like, Northerners are now blaming Igbos, telling their people not to participate in this upcoming protest because it is Igbos that are organizing it against Tinubu administration. Despite that, Igbos have already come out in public and said that they are not going to participate in this upcoming protest because they have their own reasons. They know that anything that happened in Nigeria is Igbos they are going to blame. And it has already started. The blame game have already started. And they know very well that the only way to say their business, because it's our so-called leaders that are sponsoring these people to say all this nonsense. The only way they can say this nonsense is when they mention Igbo. They know that their people will buy it immediately because they have already sowed this seed of hatred towards Igbo in their mind and in their brains. Like, this is too much. If he's in a safe country, this man right now is supposed to be arrested. But who is going to arrest him? But if it is Igbo man that said this thing now, it will be another story. The protest that is going to be next month, they have already started blaming Igbos. While Igbos have already said it, they are not participating. My people, this is really, really too much. And this is the height of it, honestly. I can't fathom all this nonsense that's going on when it comes to Igbo matter. What is all this nonsense? This is too much. Make I not even talk too much. Let me allow you guys to watch this particular video and hear what Emayego said concerning this matter. But my people, before then, if today is your first time, please don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Like this video so that YouTube can recommend it to other people to watch. Share this video to your friends and family so that they watch as well. So my people, let's go ahead and watch the video and I'm going to be right back.
Trying to further expose the ongoing underground scheme where those who are juggling or angling for a national protest are busy mobilizing themselves and all that, while others continues to call out the Igbos. The Igbos who have made their position known online, many of them said, it is not out of a cowardice, so don't participate in their protest because they will eventually blame you for it. Others are saying if they are not protesting against what they brought upon Nigeria and you don't see them actually doing it, don't join them. All of these are coming from the past experiences. It is not to kind of pity the Igbos. I have said this many times on this platform. Igbos do not need anybody's pity. In fact, to them, it is their own fight that they are ready to die for. They have identified and acknowledged their place in the contraption like Nigeria, the lie. But there are others who sort of feel like maybe this contraption can be saved or not, you know? But we also see those who are pushing the tribal angle of it. And I said, you do not need any Igbo before you can go out there and face the criminals destroying your lives. And they are not the excuse why you won't do it, because we know the motive behind specifically calling out the Igbos. So somebody came here. I don't know if they are watching now. I've yanked them off this platform, so but they can still watch, right? And they came on and they were like, why was I pandering towards the Igbos as if to say Nigeria is indeed marginalizing them? What is your problem? Every day, Igbo, this. I was like, it's like somebody's, what do you call it? Somebody's inner nerve. I am actually touching some nerves right here. You know, we talk about how we have so many people who are like the bigots. I'm sorry, closet bigots. They will tell you, once you see anybody that starts a statement with, see, Mayegun, me, I'm not a bigot. I'm not a tribal bigot. But I just want to say something. You see, I just want to advise, you see, our Igbo brothers, they need to mend their ways. They need to learn how to be this or that. You see me, I love our Igbo brothers. You are a closet bigot. You are just trying to manage it, suppress it. And I said, Igbos don't need your advice. Okay? Most of you should take your own advice and leave them out of it or making them their targets. And I didn't kind of pull that from the thing here. People are already hosting spaces. There are already social media campaign that they are already making it look like now the Igbo people, they asked for protest in Nigeria. And we know why. We know those who are pushing those who are pushing this narrative, right? It's not because they care about any tribe or anybody. It is because politically it is advantageous. And I said it here many times. I said, from nowhere, they will blame the Igbos. A lot of people said they were not really paying, they are like not consciously paying attention, until they started seeing that, man. So there were actually narratives that some of you somehow agree with. And you are doing so innocently, not knowing that you are being psychologically recruited into their tribal, ethnic, and religious war for political gain. And that's how we point it out here. Now, you are hearing about Igbos. Please join. Igbo, come and join. And I pointed out that there are actually people who drive that narrative. These are not just gossip. These are not just beer apologists. There are actually established institutions that were saddled with this responsibility. I'll give you an example that just happened. This one just happened yesterday. Okay? And this was even before my broadcast. Somebody who happened to be a member of a terrorist group called Igbos, as well as, the Izala movement is a terrorist group in Nigeria. But guess what? Their members and their loyal members, they are members of the Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian Armed Forces, Nigeria Police, Nigeria Political Class, National Assembly, state government houses all over the place. These are their members. There is a story on them of, we call it the conflicts for jihad. Using terrorism, act of terrorism and violence for political advantage, for political power. But they are their leaders. You know what I mean? They are the leaders that, and these are the vessels that the criminal political class work with to push a narrative. Because it is not starting now, it's always been there. The narrative of hatred, the narrative of, violence against any certain or targeted tribe or ethnic nationality in Nigeria. Arewa said that they are hungry, they are starving. Tinubu has abandoned them and they are going to protest. And a supposed Igbos cleric, a terrorist, they will call them respective sheikh, respective Islamic sheikh. He faced his audience and he told them, I am warning you. Nobody must participate in this Unyamiris protest. It is the Unyamiris that are organizing protests against Ifnumbu. No Muslim, nobody in the north must participate. That is what Jingiri is saying. Waiting concern Igbos. What is theirs in this? Here is a cleric from northern Nigeria telling his listeners not to participate in Igbo protests because the protest you are hearing about is being organized by Igbos. And it is not true. There are many of them who said things, but we got this one on camera.
Kai, bakano ina kai ina zanga-zanga. Ka taimaki Inyamuri zanga-zanga. Nan Filato ina kai ina taya Inyamuri zanga-zanga. Nan Sokoto ina kai ina taya Inyamuri zanga-zanga. Dan Adamawa ina kai ina taya Inyamuri zanga-zanga. Zanga-zanga wallahi tayar da zanga-zanga tayar da fitina ne. Kai yana ce, "Homo to a ba mu hujja." Wai ba su hujjar da ta ce ba zanga-zanga. To annabi Muhammadu sallallahu alaihi wasallama ya faɗa a hadisinsa ya ce alfitnatu na'imatun, fitina tana bacci. Ya ce la'anallahu, Allah ya tsine wa man aiqazaha, wanda ya tada fitina. Kai,
sorry if you don't understand everything he said, but I can sort of roughly interpret that for you. He is telling them there that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught them what to do when things are hard. Do not participate in any Unyamiris protest. Unyamiri is the slur word used on Igbos during the Biafran War, the Nigerian genocidal war. The Igbos have always been the target of their political, religious supremacy. From the first record, from the most recent record in history of the program against the Igbo, it was, about 80 years ago. And that was 1944. And from that moment on, it became their easy targets. All it would take is just for a cleric or a couple of clerics to go out there and say, we blame the Igbos, they are responsible for it. And boom, wherever they see them. Then when the war broke out, the real genocide carried out was not just the 5 million people starved to death or so. They were the people who were running away from northern Nigeria, from the incited Islamic mob that blamed them for everything that happened between the political class. The political class and the rest of them were battling themselves. But guess who, as they say, when two elephants fight, the grass suffered. That is where they killed uncounted numbers of Igbos, women, children, elderly, who were trying to escape the program every step of the way. And they said for those who sort of rescued or came to this rescue of some of those escaping that mob action, the program, it was mostly like, please give me water, please, water. And Yamiri means water in the northern part of Nigeria. So which simply means if they don't speak their language, they believe that it's a common one. Please give us water, give me water. How do you now then, I mean, it's used regularly in northern Nigeria. It's a slur word. Okay? And in fact, it is actually one kind of a glorifying word for them that reminds them of the slaughtering of Igbos in northern Nigeria. I'm not making this up. You need to read up. So you see this hatred that you are witnessing in Nigeria today, among all tribes, all ethnic and religious, all of that stuff, right? They've always been politically sponsored. And the remnants of that is, once the political class, the religious class, the elite, once they get what they want, the people are now left to deal with the hate that they have created, they have nurtured through their utterances. And there are people who actually take these guys so serious, they will kill for them. And they are called leaders, Islamic leaders. There are many in northern Nigeria. But shockingly, Sheikh Osama bin Gumi is in support of people standing up and asking for a better government. He is not against a protest. But we have been told Tinubu had mobilized more than 500 million naira, no joke, for the purpose of, for two purposes. The first one is to please extend the narrative that the protest is being sponsored by some people who hate Nigeria. And this should be done by pointing the fingers at the Igbos. Okay? This is in northern Nigeria. Point it at them repeatedly. Okay? To make sure that even if things have to go down, the people will always remember and say, oh, it was organized by the Igbos. You see, all of these things are deliberate. It is not pandering to the Igbos. If you are an Igbo person and you don't even understand this, right? I don't want to feel sorry for you. But you kind of be, you are one of those who call those who are like selective, self-destructive. You are pretending that maybe it's not what Mayegun is saying. Or maybe it's not that bad. Or maybe Mayegun just wants you to be angry. No, I don't want you to be. I want you to understand the world you are living in. Same goes to every one of us, including myself. This is the world we live in. These old divisions, this old hatred, this old rhetorics you are seeing, they are not coming from the place that anybody can really explain what is the source. The effort to continue to make you inherit the hatred and pass it on in the name of we are trying to preserve our identity. You have no identity in that contraption. You don't. The contraption doesn't want you to have identity. You are a Nigerian, that's it. But when it is politically convenient and when they want to kind of spill blood, they will begin to now tell you, you are Yoruba, you are Igbo, you are Hausa. Remember the history. You know they hate you. Remember what we did to them in 1944. We can do it again if they mess up. You were not there in 1944. You were not there in 1967. But you have inherited the hatred so much because people like that continue to remind you why you have to stay hateful. But look at them up there. Look at all of them up there. Do you see them hate themselves that much? No. So this is not to make you feel good and say, oh, thank you, Mayegun. Don't thank me. This is the world we live in. This is the dangerous people. These are the dangerous people who have created their own version of a country called Nigeria, and you have to exist in it. You can't question it. Stay hateful. Stay murderous. I mean, don't worry. If you kill anybody that we tell you to kill, it's justified. Don't worry. You are defending your right. You are defending your heritage. When you are not, here is another version that you will tell you how much this hatred just towards people calling protest, waiting concern the Igbo there. So if you are hearing Igbo this, Igbo that in their conversation, it is deliberate. That's the point I'm trying to make. It is deliberate. And my effort is to see that as many as possible see my video and stop helping to engage this kind of rhetorics or reacting to them as they want you to. They want you to be hateful. Yeah. The country is not working. It's upside down. Inflation today has jumped up again. I told you, whatever you are going through in Nigeria right now, it is just like the preamble. You haven't even started. They haven't started. So are you going to stay and endure that? Or are you going to stand up and face them? Without you shouting, why are the Igbos not saying they are not going to join us? Because the intention is to continue to mention the Igbos, derail it, and keep your hatred alive. Should you keep your hatred alive under these current circumstances? But people like this who want you to. Listen to this.
How things, you see the same way Nnamdi Kanu was controlling the NSAS. That's how he will now be controlling it from wherever he is. They will tell him, and at that point, it will be too late. That is how the fascist mindset thinks. You would remember that immediately after the January coup, the senators met together at Deep Charina's house. Deep Charina was the most senior MP from the North, NPC. And they said that they were going to make him prime minister, new prime minister, acting prime minister. And so they wanted to go and meet the other their coalition partners, the NCNC coalition partners, and they were all assembled at Mbadiwe's house. Ozumba, all of them are in Nikoyi, in that area. And Zeke called from abroad, where he was hiding, and he told them that they should not let Deep Charina hold that, get that post. That Nwafo Orizu should not approve Deep Charina to become prime minister, that because they have something else they were doing. And then he now started to reach out to Iransi, and then he started to socially engineer the so-called revolution that they said was supposed to bring Awolowo to power. And before you knew it, Iransi has become president. And before you knew it, he has started unification decree, consolidation of Nigeria, so that the master race will now be the new recolonizers. This is food for thought. Don't join them in any protest. I use the mic.
All right.
Nuisance Lele.
Do you see narratives like that? I can't hear things like that and just ignore and say, oh, don't ignore them. Ignore them. When things are now being taken to the real world, people are being killed in real world. Businesses are being destroyed in real world because of narratives like that. Did you see that perfect lie that he just dropped there? That's history. Don't participate in any protest. I just played to you the northern version, Abi. Now, I'm still going back to that story of 500 million naira. Don't worry, I'll tell you about that too. I just told you the version of London, Nigeria, Abi. The Ronukus of the Ronu Nazis, the Ronukus of the West, Yoruba land, right? Their own as well about this protest is that it is the Nnamdi Azikiwe in his grave that will be controlling it. And if Nnamdi Azikiwe is not going to control it from his grave, if it be Nnamdi Kanu, wherever he is, that is the obsession. Now, he said, let me tell you a story. During the coup, they told Nnamdi Azikiwe to travel abroad. We have read the history of why we struck here, right? But people like him and the Akintola descendants, the children of perdition, Omualile Yorubas, right? Who have always, for everything they stand for, is always against Yoruba land. Everything. There were those who sold Awolowo. There were those who frustrated Awolowo's political advancement. There were those who orchestrated the death of Awolowo.
Chai, my people. Like, I was laughing, and at the same time, I was shedding tears, honestly. The one that really got me laughing was when Yorubas, put out their own narrative, said that it will be Nnamdi Azikiwe in his grave. He will be the one, controlling this protest. If not him, then it will be Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS custody. Like, these people, they are crazy. Like, they are out of their minds, honestly. Look at the narrative they are putting out there. So, my brothers and my sisters, like, this is a wake-up call for we Igbos. Yes, so, because initial time I was saying that even if it's only in the Southeast, we can protest this and that. But my people, hey, as things have turned out like this, like, no Igbo person should participate in this so-called protest, my people. Look at protest has not even started. They have started blaming Igbos. What a country. This is so bad, honestly. So, my people, that is it. As I make I bring this update to you guys so that you get idea of what is going on in this country called Nigeria. Yes, so please, if today is your first time, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it. Thank everyone for watching, and I'm going to see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.